individual to take up the responsibility and the consequences of doing some of those things. Even I'm very sure cases that Examination Council will be making reports to TSC are very minimal. Yes, there were still a few instances of people trying to do the wrong things, but as I said, this time action was quick and precise. The exercise of also changing invigilators and supervisors every week also removed the question of familiarity. We have already distributed books, and all the books are already in our schools. My colleague from Teacher Service Commission has just informed me that they are already issuing letters for both the interns and the teachers who are transiting to permanent and pensionable, the interns that have been interns for the last 2 years. So by the end of the year, we shall be having an additional workforce of 20,000 to support our junior school.
Still on the same breath, a student from Talent High School in Turkana Central has died under mysterious circumstances. The candidate, who had completed his agriculture exam Thursday afternoon, was later found in a poor state in the boys' dormitory. The school's head teacher confirmed the student was in good health earlier in the day, and the student was rushed to Lodwar Referral Hospital but was pronounced dead upon arrival. His family has criticized the school for not informing them of the incident, and police are investigating the cause of his death.
Nimefika hiyo day sasa ya agriculture. Tukaingia vizuri. Ile design basi yenyewe alitoka aliingia huko kwa nini? Kwa toilet huko. Aliingia huko mavio huko. Kuenda huko ameenda amekaa karibu 20 minutes. Hii 20 minutes ni amekaa huko, askari basi kaenda kumpata huko. Kuenda kumpata huko. Ile design alirudi na askari huko. Alirudi kama amesweat. Amesweat sana.
Wenzetu wale walikuwa wanafanyia mtihani nje. Wakisema walikutana na huyo kijana akikuwa huko nje. Akikuja. Sasa vile alikuwa anakuja, akamuuliza ulikuwa akamuuliza umetoka wapi? Akasema alikuwa ametoka town anaelekea shule. Sasa hiyo ni kama hatujui sasa mali alikaa akafikia usiku.
Mambo mengine siwezi ongea because investigations are ongoing and we are also waiting to know the findings. Mwisho tena, pole sana kwa familia.
Away from that, fresh calls for accountability and transparency are now emerging on the Adani deals in the country, with a section of legislators calling on the government to update the public on how much money had been used so far and the implications of the cancellation of the deals. Migori Senator Eddie Okech and the Mbeere North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku, speaking during K24's breakfast show, The New Dawn, have expressed fears that possible looting of public funds due to the opaque nature of the deal and cancellation. They are further calling for action to be taken against government officials who misled the government.
If there are wrongdoing which have been done in the process of this Adani deal, regardless if it has been done by who, let the law take its course. If there are money which have been shared, I don't know, as you are saying, to whichever account, let us know. Let the law take its course.
But he can only say that they will not be compensated if the contract say that in the event of cancellation of this deal, then this implies that we will not be able to do this and that. But Chacha, I can tell you for a fact that if we don't take that route of proper transparency on the contracts as they were right then and right now, we will still have this smoke of whether there's truth around Adani, and this thing will just keep on being on our head. Because the truth is that for a 98 billion power investment, for a 238 billion JKI upgrade investment, surely, Chacha, there will be some diligence commitment, right? Number one, you cannot come up with engineers' estimates without engineers visiting sites, looking at the capacity of that airport, being able to do some work with some accountants to help them come up with figures, For the power plant that were, the power deals that were supposed to be done with Ketraco, there's definitely some environmental impact assessment that must be done. There are a lot of appraisals in general that I'm talking about. There is what we will call a sunk cost, an investment that must be done by both sides. And on the side of government, it is public money being used. So when you cancel those deals, okay, then that money can be lost.
Interview for the chair of the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, are already underway. Among those interviewed today is former IBC chair, Isaac Hassan. Let's listen in.
And they are being challenged, probably because of some failures here and there. They talk that their hands are a little bit tied because of the work of the IPOA. They get a little bit restricted from executing their mandate. So I think that's exactly what he said. Well, how do you strike a balance? Or to your own opinion, I mean, yeah.
Thank you, Chair. And let me wish the nominee the best. But let me just ask one question. There has been so much controversy surrounding the IPOA and the Police Commission, especially where in a situation whereby maybe a policeman has killed a member of public, and many a times we have not seen IPOA bring many of the investigations to conclusion, because how are you going to strike a balance of not being so biased with the policemen, because at times the policemen need to do what they need to do in the situations and circumstances where lives are in danger. Number two, we know that what the country is going through also, and kindly tell us what you're going to prioritize in IPOA, so that we don't have a case where you prioritize international trips and maybe other issues, other very important issues. Last, many Kenyans cannot tell you what IPOA do. They might not be able. We only hear IPOA from elite class when there is an issue, when there is an incident. There are regional offices where IPOA are, and even the members of public are not aware that there is IPOA. Kindly tell us what you're going to do, so that also the members of public need to know that institution, because many a times when you have the problems with the police, we need somewhere to run to. So maybe you can tell the members what is your plan to ensure that there is a maximum utilization of IPOA. Thank you.
The work of IPOA, and I can assure you it's even more difficult than chairing IBC. IBC was just doing elections, electing people. But now you are oversighting the police force. Even the word police force was removed, so it became police service, to emphasize the service factor of the police and not the police force. And Honorable Jaho, you're right, Fasuma, extrajudicial killings happen. As a body, once we get a report, the Act has laid out the framework on IPOA. Once we get the report of the complaint, first you have to confirm whether it is the police who are doing it. The police is a very big term. There's VCI, anti-terror. There are so many specialized units that also do this work, including the multi-agency, which also has got needs inside. So it's always important to know which group did this abduction. And then, of course, you have to investigate why. Why was he arrested? Because under our laws, you must take somebody to court, charge them, and give them the right to be heard in a court of law. So for me, I think you're talking about turnaround. I would say it should not be more than 7 days or 14 days. Once we go into office and we get a report, we need to, because we are talking about the life of individuals. I know about Lake Yahut, the Ojia Lake. It's very sad because the lake was supposed to provide water to the community, but now it has become a dumping ground for dead bodies. Again, as I told you the first question about our turnaround time, I think we can make it much easier and much faster. Within 14 days, you should be able to know why he was arrested. And if there's a killing part, we need to have an inquest into that. Now, I think also...
well, that is the former Paul's body chair. That is Isaac Hassan seeking to make a comeback as the IPOA chair. With that story, we take a breather. When we come back, we'll still be focusing on other stories. Stay tuned.
Are you a church and seeking to reach an even bigger congregation?